Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while since I've talked on a stream or a video or whatever. Work on Frontiers Reach, trying to get that wrapped up, has been slow because I started a new job, but figured I'd show this off. This is something I've been working on in my off time to supplement all of the other work on Frontiers Reach stuff. So, yeah. This will be expanded over time, but basically, uh, this is a ship generator I've been working on. So I can rapidly generate ships for the Frontiers Reach stuff. Now, some of this stuff still requires a little bit of manual intervention in order to get it cleaned up properly. So let's go ahead and just cycle through these splines, like these splines for the hoses and everything. That definitely requires some amount of manual intervention to make sure that they look okay. Otherwise, they'll just sort of like sit here and punch through the hull, and yeah. But generally speaking, they do okay. This one right here requires very little touch-up. Some of them could probably be switched or moved around a little bit more to compensate for the fact that they are kind of pushing through each other in some cases. They're a little bit bunched up in areas. Some of the points are still being assigned to previously assigned point positions, so there's still some kinks to work out, and I'll get them worked out eventually. But this is one of those tools that has actually been in need for quite some time, and I just haven't gotten around to really working on it. Go ahead and put that here, actually. Now I am using some pre-existing tools, like I'm using DreamTech splines to build the splines. All I'm doing is finding the points on the ship mesh with a non-uniform grid, or mostly uniform grid, and then assigning those points to the splines that DreamTech has been very, very kind enough to provide for basically free on the asset store. If you haven't checked it out, I highly recommend that you do so. So, there's one, and I'm going to go ahead and bake it out. There's one mesh here. We'll just go ahead and save this. We'll save our combined mesh. Kintaro class. Single mesh. There's 64,341 vertices, 73,478 triangles. That might seem like a lot to some people, but this is for a PC game, and this uses one texture. It's Texture Atlas, which is typically in modern games baked out after you have all of your artwork in a scene put together by multiple artists. In this case, I've basically done it in reverse. I put all of my artwork onto a Texture Atlas before bringing it into the game, and then that basically eliminates an entire set of steps that I would typically have to do at the end. So that's one. Go ahead and set that off to the side, and we'll pull in another one here. But I'm going to pull in, let's look at the Bastion. Definitely have a little bit more manual cleanup here. Some of it doesn't look too bad. But yeah, this is what I've been working on in my off time, so that we can have more interesting looking ships inside of Frontiers Reach games. Because up till now, everything was just kind of these like bare bones ships that I was putting together for the sake of having something to work with. And they look okay in most areas, but they can definitely be improved. Gonna stick that one there. Pull that off of there a little bit. Go to our hierarchy. Select. Do them all in order. Do 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 do. This way just a little bit. And this one actually looks okay, but I think what we're going to do here is do that, and then bring that this way, and then bring these, oops, excuse me, that way, pull that out from under that a little bit more, bring it up here, rather than putting that up that direction, we'll bring it down this way. Select our next one. still quite a bit of manual intervention that has to be done here, but this is a lot faster than having to lay all this stuff in by hand from the get-go. Like, this is just so much faster than doing it manually from the start. Bring that this way a little bit. Let's go ahead and select. And we're going to also combine the mesh here, baked single mesh. Did not seem to work properly. I'll have to double check that. Alright, so now we've got a single mesh. Now, as you can see, I've got fuel tanks on here, and if we're going to maintain destructibility, those will have to be separated out eventually. But for right now, it's working as intended. Well, until next time, later.